computer. Okay. Okay, guys, we're super pumped that you are on today. We are coming back from convention on a big high. It was like the best convention ever. But first of all, I have a little bit of I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I just saw that if you are going in and ordering your Slim right now, make sure it is the picture of the new Slim or you will be getting the old Slim. They said that pictures are just taking a while the system's taking a while to upload. So my advice, honestly, would be to wait till later this afternoon, just to make sure. But make sure you're seeing the picture of the new Slim or you will be getting the old Slim. I'm not sure. I didn't have time to look at the comments if that's just ambassadors and customers, but I'm assuming so since customers can't get the old Slim now, but make sure you're seeing a picture of the old Slim. Be patient today, guys. Like, this is an amazing day. It's just like Cyber Monday, you know, like computers get frozen because so many people are trying to order at the same time. That's all that's happening. It's so many people are in the system. So just be patient. You may tell your people to wait until later in the evening to go in and do it, but it's an exciting time. Yesterday I wrote down 3 ambassadors and 3 customers that I wanted for the month, and they're on my whiteboard right here so I can see them every day. 3 of them already this morning have said they're going to do it. So I'm like, oh my gosh, that's fabulous news, right? So we're excited about that. So Ariele, let's get started. We have an amazing group of people that are going to share with us today. And I'm going to tell you guys, they're different ranks, they're different ages, they're different. They live in different places. And we picked these people because we wanted a diverse group of people to, yes, that's real life right there. To share with us what they took away from convention. I'm just going to it was off the charts amazing. If you were not there, you get there next year, no matter what.
Well, it's interesting because when we
hold on, we have some, I'm going to mute everybody, and then if you're speaking, just unmute when it's time for you to speak, because we have some background. Okay, Ariele, I'm asking you, what was your favorite takeaway? Can you hear me? No.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
What was your favorite?
Oh my gosh, there were so many things. I loved all of it. I loved everything. I especially loved some stuff from our diamond meetings that I was going to share if we have time. Did you want me to talk about what I enjoyed? Or
yes, since you might have to be on later, do it now.
Okay. Yeah, sorry guys, if I have to leave, I'm not cutting out. My son has camp and I have to pick him up, so not trying to be rude.
It's mom first, and it is summer, so we all know that summer is crazier than school with our schedules. So mom first.
Okay, so one of the things from our meeting that we had Jen Hawkins speak, Julia Carty, and Brooke Hemingway, and I'm sure all of you know they're all going on that Musha K trip. So when they speak, we listen because they have amazing things to share. Clearly, they know what they're doing. I had never heard Julia Carty speak before. She was awesome. I took away several notes from her. Hold on. One of the things, she talks about being relatable. No matter what you're doing, you want to be relatable. You want to think about your brand other than Plexus. If you were to reach out to 3 people, or if you would reach out to somebody, one of your friends that is a non-Plexus person, what are the 3 things they would say about your brand other than Plexus? If they say nothing, just Plexus, that's not good. So the 3 things that I wouldn't ask people, what do they see when they look at my page and my Instagram page? And the 3 things that they said outside of Plexus is family, mom, travel, and like foodie and food. And that's what I'm going for. And Disney World, because I like Disney World. So that's how I've kind of branded myself, is family, mom, crazy mom. My hair's like this, no makeup. I love to post food pictures on Instagram, and I love to travel. So those are the things that I've kind of branded myself with. So think about the things that you're branding yourself with. She also said, always be reviewing your network. Don't forget to be posting towards your new audience and your customers. I don't remember what her exact words were, and if I get this twisted up, Beth might be able to help me. In Plexus, we have what people like to call, and I hate it, Plexus celebrities. She's like, are you posting to become a Plexus celebrity, or are you posting gearing yourself towards your customers and your potentials? Guys, people outside of Plexus have no clue who these celebrities are. They don't care. They want to hear your story and what you're doing. So that's something to think about too. I just thought that was really, really good. Like I said, be posting towards your customers and be sharing what Plexus freedom means to you. People want to see that. So like I said, I just took away because I'm really trying to utilize social media and Instagram as much as possible. And I just thought she had a lot of takeaways with that and really thinking about what your brand is. I think if we can figure out what our brand is, that could be huge for each of our personal businesses.
Absolutely. I agree. And my intention at some point, I feel like I have been like posting like everything. I'm just so excited. So I have to be very cautious of throwing some of my cute kids in there or throwing some of my awesome Scott in there, you know, instead of just because coming back from convention, we have so much information. We are trying to share so much, which we need to do, but we also need to not annoy people by just posting Plexus. And so one of my intentions that I'm going to do at some point this week is post on there and make it like an interactive post and say, what are three things when you think of me, what are three things that you think that I love? And so I'm hoping that I know what people will say, Jesus, my family, and Plexus, travel. I love to travel. And so, but I think that will help me know what people are thinking my brand is. And so, but again, super important to make it relatable because, you know, it's funny. Sometimes people are like that Facebook, you know, social media, perfect life. Like, I can't ever be like that. You know, we all get caught up in it. Oh, they're so much better than me because I don't like have it all together and I can't like make a Pinterest party and all of that. We get caught up in that. Guys, nobody's Pinterest perfect. Nobody's social media perfect. And so we need to make sure that we are not, you know, that, I mean, obviously we don't want to be like, oh my gosh, life is terrible, whatever. But we also need to be very cognizant that we need to be relatable. And so people think, like, I actually have had somebody tell me that they can't do Plexus because their husband says they can't travel like I do. I don't have to travel, but they don't know that. And so it made me think, gosh, people think I'm just gone all the time. And so we have to think of that. We need to be relatable. But one of there were so many favorite things I can't even list, but I'm just going to talk about real fast the very first day of convention on, I think that was Tuesday, right? Tuesday was convention. And the very first session, holy cow. If you were there and you know what I'm talking about, Plexus is amazing. We are a family. We love each other, take care of each other, support each other. I mean, I leaned over to Celeste at one point and said, Celeste, thank you. Because thank you for asking me to do this. Because I've told you before, if she would have never called and asked me, I would not be a Plexus ambassador right now. And I just said, thank you. Because seriously, we are a part of the best company on the planet. Our executives are absolutely amazing. I was talking to them after the fact, and Alex said, I go, what was your favorite part? And he said, I was so excited that I got to introduce Taro. They love each other, y'all. They're a family. We're a part of their family. Watching the wonderful tribute to Allie that they did, listening to Alita give her testimony and sing her song, Holy Cow. If you have not downloaded her song, it was awesome. But it just showed our culture. And I was so happy because I knew this before. The night before, I spoke at the opportunity meeting, and I asked if this was your first convention to stand or raise your hand or stand up. And I would say probably at least 75% of people at that meeting was their first convention. I know later in the week, somebody from stage said, stand up or raise your hand if this is your first convention. And there were hands everywhere. And so bringing it all in that very first session about how Plexus culture is. Plexus culture is amazing. You should make your team culture amazing just like that. And so anyways, to me, that was like one of my favorite things about convention was just hitting it off And it just continued to spiral down every day. But just, I mean, bam, we love Plexus, right? So I love that. So we're going to go ahead and get started. If you have any questions or comments, put them in the chat and we'll try to get with those. But our first person who is going to speak to us is Beth Allen. And speakers, if you will just say your name and where you're from and your rank, that'd be awesome.
Hello, I'm Beth Allen, and I am a Gold Ambassador. So it's kind of, I'm piggybacking off of what Beth just said, but that just says it right there, that Plexus does everything right. This is my third convention, and I was still blown away by walking down the halls and seeing our amazing, beautiful graphics, and every single place you turn, there is something Plexus. And you know, when you're sitting in that arena, all the recognition that they give to us from every single rank, and then you get to see the amazing jewels walk across the stage, and it doesn't seem unattainable. I got blessed to be up on that stage for the 500cc club. And when I got off that stage, Melissa Eichenhorst met Stephanie and I and said, get used to it. Get used to being up on that stage. And right there, I mean, it was huge. It was huge for us. You know, we are one Plexus, and they drive that home through our leadership. And like Beth just mentioned, that Alex's favorite part was introducing Tarl, and he got all choked up and teary-eyed by doing that. And that's how a lot of us walk away from this, is just so emotional about it and so connected and so in the right place, at the right time, with the right people, with the right company that keeps, you know, making everything better. Sure, we're going to have hiccups. Sure, we're going to have, you know, the website's going to crash because everybody's trying to order their new Slim today. But that's where we come in and go, yeah, isn't it great? It's like, you know, talking about die-off or detox. Isn't it great? Oh my gosh, the products are working. Isn't it great? Our website's crashing because that's how many people are ordering from us. And, you know, the hotel staff, here, let me wipe this tear away from my eye real quick.
Seriously, like I can start crying again about all of it, like just listening to you talk about it. Yeah.
Even hotel staff that are around all of us go, you guys are the happiest people. You're all so happy and so generous and so, you know, thoughtful and thankful and appreciative. We're the health and happiness company. What can we say? So, you know, we are the success of Plexus, and our corporate team gives us the tools to do that, and they see that and they appreciate that, and really, you know, them adding in the personal testimonials that of individuals that got to get up there on stage and tell their testimonials. It never gets old. In the company, when we were in the company store, you could head to the back and they had the scientists there. Like, you could ask the scientists any question that you had. You mean they're not still back in the lab, you know, back at corporate? They're here. They bring them here and put them in front of us so that we could answer the questions. Like, that's just another tool that we have to be very excited about. And oh my gosh, don't even get me started on, you know, Lexi, the personal assistant, and everything else. But that's really what I wanted to share is, you know, 3 years later, I'm a Gold Ambassador, and I'm still blown away by what our company does, how they represent, you know, us as a whole. And I'm excited. So I got back from convention, my daughter's 18th birthday, had graduation on Saturday, and all family is gone. So I'm ready to hit the ground running now.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So.
I mean, like, I feel like, not that we're starting over because it's not like a redo by any means, but I feel like we have all, like, coming home for this with all these new things and our new products. I feel like it's like kind of a whole new ball game. Like, I feel like it's a whole new time to share Plexus with all kinds of people. I feel like we have different markets. I mean, we've always known that Plexus can help everyone, right? But like now that we can say certain things, now that we can say, if you have hot flashes, you need Plexus. You know, if you have stress and anxiety, you need to take this product. We can say those things. Like that's absolutely amazing. I mean, these next few months, guys, are going to be like a rocket ship for real, seriously. So thank you so much, Beth. Okay, the next person we have is Heather Smith.
Hi, I hope you all can hear me okay.
Look at the baby.
We had a huge leak in our house, so I'm sitting in my garage right now.
Oh no,
yes, little Kimber, she got to go to her first Plexus convention. I'm starting to call it Lexus, like we have our Lexus, we have our Lexi, and it's Plexus.
Right.
But yeah, Kimber, she loved her very first Plexus convention. I was blown away with, they had a mommy room there, and I wasn't so sure if I wanted to go in there. Like, well, what's it gonna be like? Will I hear anything? And when I signed in my registration there, one of the ladies was so excited. She's like, oh, I'll take you there right now. So she actually walked me down there. And there were so many moms in there, and they had couches, they had water, they had this big TV in there where we could see everything going on. And so I was really impressed. And I was also impressed by how many little babies there were. There were babies everywhere. There was an 8-day-old baby.
Oh my God.
Now, I looked at that mother like, you are a rock star. My Kimber, she is 3 months old, and I remember my first 2 weeks, I was in bed. And so that mom got major props for being there, and she looked great. And we even got surprised by Victor Antonio. He came back into the mom room, and we all got pictures with him, and we did a group picture, and it was really fun and very comfortable for moms. Next year, we're thinking about bringing our other kids, because we were able to go have a team lunch in Kristen McNeil's room, and she was staying over in the MGM Signature Towers, and she had like a full suite. Like there was a living room, a kitchen, 2 bathrooms, a bedroom, and with the Plexus rate, it was really doable. So we're actually thinking about next year bringing our other kids as well, and turning it into kind of a family vacation. So all you moms out there, get to convention. Bring your little babies that are still nursing, and if your husbands want to come and your other kids, and they can have fun too. There's so many pools and fun things for kids to do as well. I also get to talk about the new products. The first one I'm going to talk about is the X Factor Plus. Yay! And I wanted to show you the cool thing that they did. They took the label. Can you see how much longer the label is now? If you peel it back, there's even more information inside. And all these things in here are really good to be sharing, you know. They're the talking points for the product. So really quick, let me go over it. I have all my notes because it's so new. I feel like I can't talk about it off the top of my head quite yet. So they took our already enhanced, our already amazing vitamin, and they just enhanced it. It has 100% daily value of our 19 essential vitamins and minerals. It has all 8 of our essential B vitamins and over 50 naturally occurring trace minerals. Now, you keep on hearing this word microbiome, so it's really important for you to get there and start researching it yourself. But this new X Factor is also microbiome activating. It also uses the most bioavailable and bioactive forms. What does that mean? That means your cells can use them. You know, when we're putting things into our bodies, we don't just want to be eliminating them, you know, with them not doing anything. We're paying a lot of good money for this. And so we want to know that our cells are actually able to use what we're putting into our bodies. And that's what bioavailable and bioactive means. Also, they added polyphenols to it. Polyphenols, I think is how you pronounce it. And this, what are polyphenols? They help enhance your gut. They are a type of antioxidant. And what is an antioxidant? An antioxidant helps to protect your cells from free radicals. And what's a free radical? A free radical is an atom that is not stable. You know, the electron, go back to your high school chemistry, the electrons around an atom, they need to be stable. A free radical is an atom that's not stable. So it actually can go to our cells and be damaging it through taking away their electrons. We're getting hit with free radicals all day long. And so it's very important that we are able to protect our cells. So that's what antioxidants are doing, and polyphenols are a type of antioxidant. Let me get back. Okay, remember that in vitro study that they talked about when they announced the new Slim? They did that same study for our new, for the new X Factor Plus, and also our new Vital Biome, which I'll talk about in a minute. And what it showed in the study was that the X Factor Plus showed an increase in the lactobacillus, the Akkermansia, and the bifidobacteria. And as we learned with the new Slim, the Akkermansia really helps with weight management. And the lactobacillus and bifidobacteria are the happy and mood-enhancing organisms. So that's the new X Factor Plus. I actually wanted to throw in one more comment because this was something I was misunderstanding and so was not saying correctly whenever I would be showing the products. You know when you pee neon yellow after you take a multivitamin? I was under the impression that that was because your body wasn't able to absorb the vitamin. However, what I've learned is that neon yellow is from the vitamin B's, and they are water soluble. So your body just gets rid of any excess that it doesn't need, and it comes out in your urine. So our new X Factor Plus has a lot more vitamin B's in it, so your urine might actually be neon yellow. But I want you to know that that's not a bad thing. It's showing that your body is full of vitamin B, and you gave it a little extra more than it needed, so you're just peeing it out. Okay, on to our Vital Biome. This is an amazing new probiotic. It's a sister to our ProBio 5. It has 8 different strains of probiotics. It helps to stabilize stress hormones, and it promotes relaxation. It combats bloating and bowel discomfort, helps you have a healthy immune system. There's 20 billion live cultures per capsule. She has a lot to say too. And the strains that they used to put in our new Vital Biome were clinically studied. The levels that they put in there have lots of research behind them. The capsules are delayed released, so they open up in your intestines where you actually need them. A lot of probiotics on the market, they can start opening up, you know, even in your mouth or in your esophagus or your stomach, so that you're not getting the strains where you actually need them. And they actually have a patented design on this type of bottle. It helps to keep the capsules stable, and it helps to keep the microorganisms, the strains alive in there. So it's a cool bottle that they've designed. Now, a lot of you might be seeing this new graphic that's going around, and it has weed, seed, feed, and protect. That was something that was taught to us at convention, and I think it's a really powerful new analogy for how to present the products. So our gut is like a garden, and we want to have it be growing effectively and healthy. A lot of people are in a state of dysbiosis, which means that there's too much unhealthy bacteria and not enough good microorganisms. So first of all, we need to weed out of our garden, and that's what you do with the ProBio 5 and the BioCleanse. The ProBio 5 has those amazing enzymes in it that help to break down all the bad stuff in there, and then the BioCleanse, helps to come and clear it all out. So that's how we're going to weed our garden. Then next, we need to seed our garden, and that's what we do with the Vital Biome. That's putting all the good strains of bacteria into our intestines that we need to help them start, taking root and grow. Next, we need to feed it, and that's the new Slim with all the amazing prebiotics in it. It's like the Miracle Grow. You plant the Vital Biome, you drink your pink drink, and that helps to make it flourish and grow. Then lastly, you need to protect your little garden, and that's what the X Factor Plus does. It helps to protect what's growing in our gut and keep it safe from all those free radicals going around that want to destroy the goodness that we're putting into our bodies. So that's a little synopsis of the new products. I hear that they're going to be coming out with a new regimen for us, the best way to be taking them. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they say about that.
Thank you so much, Heather. Y'all, Heather is a nurse. Heather, are you taking both of the products while you're breastfeeding, both of the new products?
Yes, I am.
Okay, somebody asked that. So, yes, so Heather is a nurse, so I 1,000,000%, know that she knows what's going on with these products. And so, yes, she is. This is what I want to say, because people were asking questions about when to take stuff. Okay, this is my opinion, and I don't know if it's correct or not. I do know that they said to take the Slim and the Vital Biome before you eat in the morning together. I've heard from different people not to take the BioCleanse with the Vital Biome. I don't know if that is like scientific. Like, I remember we were told not to take ProBio 5 and BioCleanse together at one point too, and not to take it at nighttime and all of that. And so, but I have always taken my Slim and ProBio and BioCleanse together. Oh my gosh, I'm just popped up. Together I take a morning, night. So we'll find more out about that, guys. We are truly learning this just like y'all are, and we will definitely find that information out for y'all as soon as we can. So the next person we have, thank you so much, Heather, if I didn't say that. The next person we have is Rachel Hofseth.
All right, excuse me. Hello, everybody. Like Beth said, my name is Rachel Hofseth, and I am an Emerald Ambassador. Just hit the rank of Emerald in January, and just get to share with you guys a little bit of my experience at convention as an Emerald. But I want to give you kind of a back history on my journey, because I think that's really, really important for us to know. I think that oftentimes we look at the Emeralds and, the ones that do it really fast, we just go, oh my gosh, how did they do that? And just asking that, like, in amazement, how did they do that? I think can also place a little seed of doubt that it's not possible to get there if we don't do it fast. So my first convention that I went to was in, I guess, 2014. I was a gold ambassador. No, that's not right. I don't know my dates, but this is my third convention. I signed up in April of 2014, so it had to have been 2015 that I went as a gold ambassador. I'm so sorry.
I was thinking that too. I couldn't get it straight. I'm like, wait, I've been in Plexus 4 years. This is my fourth convention, but I didn't go to my very first. Yeah. I'm right there with you.
Okay. So my very first convention in Phoenix, I'll say that it was the Phoenix convention. I was a gold ambassador, and that was my first convention that I went to where like the light bulb went off. I was just completely amazed. I had gotten to gold, I mean, with intention, but it also took me 9 months, and I didn't really know what I was going to do after that. I never had really set goals. I didn't have a real clear why. And that convention just really built my belief and got me thinking forward to the future and wanting to set goals. Then fast forward to, or back, whatever, last year's convention, our first year in Vegas, I went as a senior Ruby. And going as a senior Ruby, I became hungry for that next rank of Emerald. And just, it's different. You grow through this journey, you grow through your leadership, you grow through everything. And I had gone as a senior Ruby. So this year, when I hit the rank of Emerald, in January, I had been with the company for almost 3 years. So April was my 3-year Plexiversary. So it was completely different, a completely different experience. Now, of course, we had the fun perks, getting to go on stage and just look at everything. Like everybody dreams of just, being able to walk across that stage. So of course that was very, very special. Then putting that lei over your neck, just all of the hard work leading up to that moment and getting to see that. But I think that wasn't like the height of it, right? It wasn't like, oh my gosh, I made it on stage and I've arrived, It was fun having, we have the hospitality room. I mean, I still go in there. I still think, what makes me different? Like, I'm no different than everybody else. Like, even though I hold that title of Emerald, I'm still Rachel. And I mean, Beth, you don't know this. Heather went up and introduced herself to you in the hospitality room, and we were together. Heather's my level 1. And she goes, isn't that Beth Anderson? And I go, yeah. And she goes, I'm going to go talk to her. I'm like, okay, have fun. Because I was so like nervous, not nervous, but just like, I'm just shy, like not shy, but I'm not one to just put myself out there. And I say that to you guys because I think also we look at the jewels and we think, oh, they must have a certain personality. They must have something about them that helped them get to this point. And here I am. I don't even go up and talk to Beth because I'm like,
I so would have, because I'm going to tell you something. My first convention, I was diamond my first convention. And I mean, even still, like that convention, I was like, people would be like, hi. And I'd be like, are you talking to me? Really? I don't know you. Are you? I mean, like, I remember Sarah Marble going, hey, Beth. And I was like, who was she talking to? Like, there must be another, like, because I'm that same personality. And even still, sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't, a lot of them are my friends now just because I'm around them a lot. But you're so right. Thank you for saying that, because truthfully, we are just people with, I am actually very shy, and convention sometimes overwhelms me. So, yes. So I'll keep going. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah. So I just, no, not at all. But yeah, I just want that to be an encouragement to you guys. And also just to know, like, it took me almost 3 years to get to Emerald, and it's just never giving up, and you just keep going and keep doing it. And I think one of the biggest takeaways, and I guess I didn't see this, I mean, I guess I always knew it, but it hadn't sunk in yet, of just how much not only does the company and our executives love us. I mean, you heard the stories of everybody talking about like just the culture of the company, and your belief should be built so strong in our executives and what they want for us as ambassadors. But the ambassadors in general, like going to our Emerald training, like people in Plexus, as much as we love getting our Lexuses and we want to strive for that trip to Maui, and it's hard to not look at that income disclosure and get like, oh my gosh, look at all this money. People in this company, our ambassadors, the leadership, all the way from a brand new ambassador all the way up to our diamonds, like truly, truly care about our growth. Yes, we want to be the best ambassadors that we can be. We want to be the best at sharing the products with people. We want to do all of these things. But the way that they pour into us to be better individuals and to grow and to reach our community and to reach people in our lives, not just our Plexus teams, like truly being able to learn how to add value to other people is really what I took away from this convention, because you do. I'm going to be honest. Like, you see those jewels and sometimes you're like, oh, you know, they might be too good for us, or, you know what I mean? You just kind of have that thought. But when you get to know the people and you pull away the rank and you get to talk to them, as much as like all of us are so shy to like go talk to people, and, you know, it could come off the wrong way. This is truly a business of changing lives and building relationships. And I just, that is kind of, you know, take away all the perks, take away my Lexus, take away my trip to Maui. I mean, I don't want you guys to take that away from me, but you peel all of that away. And this is something so, so incredible and special, like so incredible and special. And I always knew that. And that's why when they asked me to share my experience as an Emerald for the first time at convention, I'm like, I really don't know what to talk about. Like, how can I explain that? Because there's really no way to explain it except for the fact that I, like, as much as I knew it, again, I'm saying it again, to be able to experience that and to really, really see just how much people care about people. And that is something really special to be part of. So I think that we all just need to be really proud of that and set your goals and go for it and know that you can do it. I mean, I am proof. You know, I've met people that, you know, hit diamond before I was gold. I mean, it's like, you just keep going and it happens. And you're growing as an individual, but I'm still Rachel. You know, I still have my insecurities. I still have the things that I have to work on. And just because I'm at Jewel does not mean that I have arrived. I mean, I even heard that, like, even to Diamond, they're like, we have not, like, we're not finding fulfillment in this, like the rank, you know, it's the growth. And actually, I need to look at that. And I'm almost done. I could talk all day long. But I loved what they said is take the focus off of the rank and put it on the growth. Like, you guys have heard us say it all the time. Enjoy the journey, enjoy the journey, enjoy the journey. Like, seriously, enjoy this journey and don't stop. Don't look at the other people that have gotten there really fast. Like, let this be your journey and you do what you can do to improve yourself and just to never quit, and you're going to reach your goals. It's going to happen. You can't give up. So that's kind of what I took away from this convention.
It's amazing. You're so right though. I mean, take away all of it. Take away every bit of it. Y'all, I've made friends. My family has made friends. My kids have made friends that we will know the rest of our lives. I mean, going around convention, that's my favorite part, is seeing people that I don't get to see every day because they don't live right here. And I mean, it really, like, that fills my cup. I'm a people person. If y'all have heard me speak at a meeting, or a training, I say all the time, I'm not like the smartest business person in the world by any means. I'm a good friend. Like, that's my thing. I think I'm a good friend. If you're my friend, I hope you think that too. But that's what I strive on, and that's what fills my cup. And this business is so much about people. And I love going to convention, and I love going to, you know, Super Saturday and all these events and seeing all these people that I have made friends and relationships. And many times throughout this convention, they said, stop focusing on the number, on the rank, and focus on the people. So stop focusing on, you know, I need 100 points, and focus, I need to make relationships with 20 people. You know, I mean, it's all about the people. And it was said numerous times, over and over. And Rachel, we're going to go have lunch one day. I'm just saying. Do you live in Texas?
I do. Yeah.
Houston?
Yeah, the Woodlands.
Okay, well, my best friend lives in the Woodlands, so I'm going to come down this summer, and we're going to have lunch, and if we can't make that work, we're going to have lunch in Hawaii. And don't ever, okay. I'm right there with you. Like, even still, I'm like, oh, yeah, and people probably think I'm very shy and very intimidated a lot of times when I'm meeting new people. So anyways, I'm right there with you, sister. Okay, all right, thank you so much. You are precious. Okay, next up we have Ruth Ann Rogers. Ruth Ann, can you unmute yourself?
Okay, can you hear me?
I hear you. I see you.
Okay. You guys didn't tell me what to talk about, so I'm just going to talk about my favorite thing about convention, the favorite thing that happened to me, and why it happened. You know, the whole convention was about belief. And the first thing they did was, you know, have the band come out. It made me cry. I saw those little green sticks. I thought all the emeralds were getting to hold these little green, you know, glow-in-the-dark sticks, and I wanted one. And then they started playing. And so anyway, yeah, that blew me away. So that started the whole entire thing off. And then talk came out and talked about belief and all that and one Plexus, and it just kind of went from there. And so I thought I wrote what everybody said, a bunch of little phrases. Carrie Wilkerson was talking about belief, and she said our beliefs about ourselves can be dangerous if they're the wrong ones, because your negative thoughts can become your truth. And that scared me because, boy, that's what I do to myself. So another thing, I'm not sure whether she said it or whether I got it from her, but was get over yourself and do it anyway. And so that's what I've been, deciding to do. I learned from Kendra that our stories are more important than anything else. And, not to hold our stories back, not to be afraid to tell your story to anybody. And the reason is because it's scientific, because our brains release cortisol and oxytocin, which are trust hormones. And so when you're telling a story, people trust you. And I went, well, I can do that. So I'm working on those things. Our silver training was incredible. We had Melissa Eichenhorst. We had, Jennifer Leith and Tamara Holloway. And they were incredible. They talked about our belief and our attitudes. And, every one of them just trained us as to how we could increase our belief. And then we had Les Brown, and he told us all to say, I believe I can live a greater life. And I was just taking all of these belief things in. One of the other things he said is let know empower you. Make it your vitamin. I really liked that. So my stuff is going to be pretty short and sweet because I know we have so many people here. But the very thing that happened to me at convention, the best thing that happened to me at convention was losing my purse in the arena and leaving. I didn't really lose it. I left it there because we were kind of trying to beat the rush out of the arena. And for some reason, I left it there. And so Jill Lamberson and I, we did all the Plexus stuff together. She's my best friend since I was 8, and she's the one that talked me into using Plexus and making me fall in love with it. So I appreciate her and putting me in my fabulous upline. So anyway, we run back to the arena. It's gone. And a sweet little lady that was in there, checking the arena and everything, took me to look at the lost and found in the arena. Not there. And so I was just like, well, okay. What really got me is when I left on Thursday afternoon, my belief in one Plexus was so strong that I knew I'd get my purse back. Somebody there, 12,000 Plexus people there. I knew I would get it back. But I needed to spread the word, and I wasn't real sure how to do that. We went on some of our team pages and stuff, but I wasn't real sure. And so we're walking back over to the signature, and right in front of us is our top Plexus earner. And I went, you know what? I believe in myself. I'm going to talk to her, and I'm going to say, please post this on your team page. She's got 50,000 people on her team page. I went, so... I talked to her. I asked for her help. She immediately, no problem, Ruthanna, we'll get it. The guy, I can't not remember his name because he's the only person I didn't write their names down. The tall guy from Plexus that came out first told me, he said, give me your name and number and Plexus will help you find your purse. We will take care of it. And he was going to post it all over Plexus. So then I decided I needed something to settle my nerves a bit, and we went into this little place, and sitting there were some more of our rock stars that we're not supposed to name drop. So they were sitting there, and I was asking Jill, should I go talk to them? Because I knew Plexus convention was over, and they were relaxing, having a good time, giggling. And she said, oh, maybe we should leave them alone. And I thought about it for a minute, and I went, no, we are one Plexus. So I walked over, apologized for interrupting them, and asked for their help. All of them did it. They all posted on their team pages. They kept them informed. It was fabulous. And I said thank you and left. And, they, said goodbye when they left, or maybe we left first. I don't know. So when we got back to the room, we got a message that somebody had found my purse. And we were really excited about it. We were trying to get in touch with this person. And we never heard anything else from her. And the next morning, she contacted us and she said, I'm sorry, I didn't find your purse. I thought somebody else found it. And so I'm thinking, how am I going to get on the plane? I do not have my ID. For some reason, I did not put my phone back in my purse. So I had my boarding pass, but I didn't have an ID, and I had no clue as to how it's going to get back on there. So I'm walking over to the convention center to meet somebody, and I had missed them by a few minutes, and I saw all these people packing everything up from Plexus. They had all the sound equipment and all their little stuff, and so I asked, is there another Lost and Found at MGM? They went, well, there's only one Lost and Found at MGM, and I said, well, they took me to the one in the arena. He said, well, that's not it. It's up by the registration desk. And they put me on the house phone. I called, and it was there. And so I ran over and got it because our plane was going to be leaving pretty soon. I ran, and that's pretty far from the convention to registration. And I got it and took it back, and as soon as I let Jill know, she started posting to everybody that it really had been found and that everything was fine. I got on the plane with no time to spare, or with some time to spare, but not much. But I would have never done that and talked to anybody and asked for their help if I had not attended convention, and my belief in myself and telling myself I'm going to be bold because that's what they told me to do helped me find my purse. And I appreciate it. You guys are fabulous. And that was my favorite thing about convention was that I got to meet those people.
That's so awesome.
And that's about it.
I loved it. I loved it. The next day, I didn't see it until the purse was found. But just seeing so many different people posting, trying to find your purse, that was awesome. So thank you so much, Ruthann. I love getting to spend some time with you this trip. So.
Oh, me too. That was another favorite thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so next up we have Jen Weiland, and she is in Nebraska, and I think she has a special guest with her. Jen, are you there?
I am, but it's funny because both my girls are in here listening to the Zoom, but they both have their jammies on, hair not combed. It's raining and yucky, and so they're just having a lazy day, so they just like hit the floor. I won't make it. Yeah, I won't make it down here and talk. Beth wants to see you girls. But it's not like this. They said not like this.
Okay, well, she can tell you what to say.
Their takeaways. But oh my goodness, I'm just gonna start with the day we got there, and the day I brought my daughters, 19-year-old Taylor, 24-year-old Tori, first year to bring my girls to convention. And the first day we get there, and you're walking through the MGM Grand and you're seeing all this Plexus stuff. First you see Plexus on the billboard on the outside on the strip, and my girls are like, Plexus is on the billboard outside on the MGM strip. And I'm like, yeah, this is going to be huge. And then we walk inside the MGM Grand and we go down to where they're going to register, and Plexus is plastered all over the windows, and my girls are taking pictures and they're getting really excited. I go and get them registered for everything, and I can just see the excitement start to boil up in them. And I cannot wait for general session, because I know this was my third convention, and I know my very first convention, that excitement that I felt for my first time. And I know that this convention, my third convention, the excitement was even greater and stronger and more powerful than it ever has been ever. And I think it's because I shared it with 12,000 other people, but I also think it's because I shared it with my daughters. And they got to see how strong a Plexus family that we all have. They got to see the belief that's poured into 12,000 people in an arena. And they got to hear, like you guys talked about, the testimonies. You know, seeing Amy Kosmicki get up and receive her award and share with her, you know, what she's doing to support awareness for her daughter. My girls have gone to Hawaii with them for 2 years. And so they've swam in the pool with their little girl and gotten to share, you know, in their friendship. And so sitting there with my girls, and it was fun for me to watch their faces and watch their expressions and see the tears flow. Them knowing, okay, mom's done this for 3 years. We've seen the passion and belief build up in her because I really am leaving a legacy for my children. They're going, okay, this is why she's doing this. And we want on board. You know, I have wanted my girls to catch that Plexus fever for a long time, but you know, it's got to be something that's inside of you. It's got to be something that you want to do. And so we have come home, and my girls have been working their business since we've gotten home, like hardcore. They're both just looking at me. They've been messaging people. Taylor has started a Plexus blog. It's going to be incredible. No, you're good. We are going to have like a blitz here in a little bit after we get off of this Zoom, and we're going to sit down and we're going to write down a list of names, and we're going to write down some messages, and we're all going to send out messages together today. And so the three of us, my office has definitely been taken over by my daughters, which is fine. I'm good with that. But we're going to have fun, and we're going to work this together. And so that was the highlight of my convention this year, was taking my daughters. It was incredible. Another amazing takeaway I had would be from the Emerald training day that we had. We had Rhonda Shaw, Amy Paul, and Utah's first jewel, Emily Gibson. She was incredible as well, just a total blue personality, just like myself. But they talked about filling your own cup every single day. And so I just want to share with that with you guys for just a little bit, because I know there's all sorts of different people on here. Maybe you just began in Plexus, maybe you've been in Plexus for a little while, but the importance of filling our own cup daily it's important. And they talked about, you know, when you wake up in the morning, are we grabbing our cell phones and checking messages first and, you know, taking care of team members first thing in the morning, maybe reading a message because somebody can't find an ingredient to something, or maybe reading a message because, you know, a customer's upset because they haven't lost 10 pounds in 3 days. You know, are we reading into our cell phones instead of taking care of us first? And so they had a great analogy, which was a couple jars with rocks and sand. And I won't go into it now because it's too long to explain to you guys, but it was about us putting our rocks in the jars first. You know, rocks are solid, rocks stand, rocks, you know, make this jar full. And so waking up in the morning so you can fill your cup, so you can be beneficial to others. If we fill our cup first, we wake up more joyful. We have that happiness in our hearts. And when we talk to our children or our husbands or our team members, we're going to have more joy instead of coming across maybe grumpy because we're grumpy that they asked us a really silly question. And I know you guys have all been there. Maybe you've had a team member that asks you a question and you put a smile on your face and you answer that question, and really deep inside your heart, you're thinking, they should know where to find that, you know? And so fill your cup first in the morning. Before you take care of anybody else, take care of you first. It's very, very beneficial. And I've had to learn that over the years with this business, because I used to wake up in the morning and I thought, I've got to take care of everybody else, and then I'll get to my business. And I've learned the hard way to do that. So I love, you guys already covered it, but it's not about the points, it's about the people. 100%. If we just all get that through our heads, It's really not about the points. It's about the people. And so knowing through my journey to get to where I'm at as an Emerald, I know I'm still growing. I know that whatever it takes for me to get to where I'm going with Plexus, I'm still growing. And that is what it's taking for me to be a better leader, to be a better friend, a better mom, a better wife in my whole entire journey, because this all coincides together as you're working your business. It's God, family, Plexus. And so we put God first, we put our family second, we put Plexus third. And so if we can do that, learn by our mistakes and take care of these things in that order, our journey will just absolutely be an unforgettable one, and it will be worth it. When you walk across that stage, if your goal is to be a diamond, and when you walk across that stage as a diamond, you'll know that the journey you took to get there was worth it, and it was a joyful journey. It wasn't one that you were going, oh, I've been on my cell phone too much. I ignored my family the last 3 years. Don't ignore your family. Enjoy your family and enjoy your journey also in the meantime. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and Beth.
Do what?
Sorry, Taylor's telling me something. What? Okay, Taylor whispered and said, if I was talking right now, I would tell them that when she was sitting there in the audience, she knew she was a part of something much bigger than herself. And so that makes
I'm so sorry. I don't know what's in it. Y'all, Taylor's a 19-year-old, and Jenny texted me last night and said she's going to go silver this week. So these girls, this is one of those relationships I'm talking about. I never would have met these people if it weren't for Plexus. Our families, we may have an arranged marriage going on, maybe or maybe not. It was a fun time. But these girls
are 19-year-old.
Not
so
with
the
19-year-old, the little ones. Yeah. But these girls, to see them get excited and to see them, it's really cool to see. I mean, 19 and 24, and can you imagine what their journey is going to be? Like, they're already starting this legacy for their family whenever, like for their whole life. And so it's so awesome. I have chills, like I can't even. So, okay. Thank you so much. So next up we have Jen Koberger. Jen, can you unmute yourself?
Hello, good morning, or good afternoon. So, my name is Jennifer Koberger, and I am a Silver Ambassador, and I live in Athens, Georgia right now. And when I say I'm a Silver Ambassador, this is my third convention. So yes, I have been with Plexus for almost 3 years. One thing that first I want to piggyback on every single thing that everybody has talked about, because that is like, I'm going through and like scratching through my notes because everyone's kind of addressed it already, but that's okay. So yes, 100% everything that everybody said, I agree with. But one thing, I got to Vegas early, and I was able to go to the opportunity meeting that Beth was actually a part of. And there was one thing that she, I'm going to cry. Sorry.
You're good. I have no idea what you're about to say, but I'm about to cry just thinking about what you're about to say.
No, there was one thing that she said, that toward the end of the meeting, she was talking about how people come up and they're like, well, oh my goodness. She said, I'm just silver. And she said, it doesn't matter what rank you are. She said, and it doesn't matter how long it's taken you to even reach that rank. It took me a year to get silver. And so it dawned on me. She said, think about the customers' lives that you're changing, and those ambassadors and those customers and ambassadors, their lives that they're changing, And I thought about it, and I was like, I've got over 50 customers whose lives that I'm changing every day because of this. And some of those lives are pretty drastically changing. You know, and I'm not gold yet, but I've got over 15 ambassadors whose lives that I'm changing and that they're starting to get fired up. So I can only imagine like where it goes from here. But it's just something that doesn't matter how long it takes you to get where you're at. Like Jen Weiland just said, enjoy that journey and don't focus on comparing yourself or your journey to somebody else's, because it doesn't matter. What matters is those people and those relationships that you're building and those lives and circumstances that you're changing for those people. So enough of that crying.
But I just true, and you're so right. And I know you.
Yes.
And you have changed so many people's lives. And so it's just like we talked about. Don't think about the points. The points will come. Think about the people and the people's lives that you have changed, that you have touched by being in this business. If you have one customer, if you have one ambassador, you've changed somebody's life. And that's truly what this business is about, is changing somebody's life in one way or another. So,
Right.
Yeah.
And so after that, it just started to get fired up. And I will say, with this third convention, I've heard Les Brown at Phoenix, and he was way over the top. Like, he was good then. He was awesome this time. And I felt like Vegas this year was even better than last year. Like, this was the best time that I've had at convention. Learning and just meeting new people. I've met more new people. And then hanging out with those, like Beth said, that you just don't get to see on a daily basis because you don't live close. But yet through Facebook and through Zoom chats, you do life together. So it was really nice to get to connect with everyone there. One thing that stood out to me, just from like Victor Antonio from the startup, from day one, was he said, BYOB, build your own business, build your own belief, and build your own brand. And I know that other people earlier have talked about that, so I won't go much into that, but just write that down and focus on that and what it means to you. And then the second day, Carrie Wilkerson, again, talked about the belief that you have. What if it's wrong? Like, the belief about yourself. You may think you're not educated enough, or you're too tired, or you don't have enough money, or you're too shy, or you're too chubby. So nobody's going to believe that you take a health product and that it's working for you because you might be a little bit overweight. Stop doing that to yourself. You're only sabotaging yourself. The belief in what others, say, or the belief that you feel like what others project, that they're more outgoing, they're more fun, or they have more time and they're more organized. Stop comparing yourself to that. And then the belief in the opportunities that other people say that we're just in a pyramid scheme, and you listen to what the criticism and the ridicule of what others have against a company that they know absolutely nothing about. So just stop doing that and do the things that you believe in yourself, that you, know as true, and do that until it continuously changes your belief, into what you want out of your life and out of your dreams. She also, real quickly, told a story about Ronald Wayne. I had no idea who this guy was, but apparently I think he was the third owner of the Apple Corporation. And back in the day, I don't know the time frame or the year, but way back when, before it kicked off, he sold his ownership for $800. And because he did not have belief in his product or his company and his partners. And that just goes to show, like, never give up. Never, just go with what you know and just hold on to that, because don't sell yourself out short. And then, of course, Les Brown. I mean, if you do not know Les Brown, Google him, listen to his YouTubes, I don't know if he has books or audios, listen to them.
but just one thing that I took out of this time that he talked was basically, like, I call them the energy suckers. People that don't have dreams, people that they don't have goals, or that they just settle for mediocrity. Don't have them as your company. And so basically he said, upgrade your relationships. Don't spend time on energy suckers. Just roll it off your back, whatever. Don't let that get into your head, and just keep on with your dreams, keep on with your goals. A dream takes time, he says, and never give up on it.
That's so awesome. Thank you so much. And I love getting to spend time with you and your husband. That was fun. So,
go ahead.
Sorry.
And my husband, just real quick for any guys out there or husbands, this was the second convention that my husband went to. He went to the first one last year. He didn't go to any meetings. I asked him to go to the Men of Plexus meeting last year, and he said he would. And then on that morning, I woke up and he was still in bed, and I asked him why he didn't go, and he said because he didn't want to. So it hurt my feelings a little bit. This year, he chose to go on his own. He had an amazing time, and I think that with sitting in some of the sessions as well, he didn't sit through all of them. He didn't sit through every single, the hours of them, but he did come and go. And I think with what he saw, it also opened his eyes to this whole opportunity. I mean, he's supportive now, but it just expanded it even more.
Yes. I agree with that, Scott, too. It's fun to see Scott come home and get fired up. He was going to be on here today, but we forgot to football. So I'm going to have him do a live video on our page about his takeaway and his takeaway from Men of Plexus and just the whole thing in general. So thank you. You're so precious. Okay. So next up, we have our last speaker. And Brandy, are you on here? I didn't see you. Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good. There you are. Hi.
Hi.
This is my friend, if you did not know.
Yeah. Thank you, Beth and Ariele, for having me on. I'll try to condense what I was going to say. I know it's going on a little bit long, but there's just so much great information to share if you weren't there. And if it's somebody who watches this later, take this all in. My name's Brandy. I'm from the Austin area, specifically Round Rock. I actually ranked to Ruby while at convention, so that was extremely exciting. I had been sitting at Senior Gold for well over a year. But again, I do think it's about the journey. I'm not going to lie, I was a little frustrated with how long I was at Senior Gold, but now it feels totally worth it. And everything that I learned in my 4 to 5 days at convention this year kind of wrapped that up for me, that it was worth it. And it is not about the rank. It is about the people. And so let me say this. I started Plexus a little over 3 years ago. And for the first year and a half, I just dabbled. I didn't really work it as a business. I didn't really get it. I was the typical make fun of MLMs. My husband was 100% against it. He said, you are not doing this. So I was pretty big skeptic of the business, not the products. I love the products. But so I actually used to kind of tease in my head, not really, kind of to her face, my upline about going to events. I didn't get it. I was like, why would you go to an event for a network marketing company? Like, that's silly. Like, I really just didn't get it. So fast forward to about a year and a half in, when I did start to get it, events to me is one of the most important parts of our business. So if you are someone that hasn't started going to events, whether it be a Sip and See or something as big as convention or a Super Saturday or any of the things that they offer or small events in your town, get to them. Because, the motto of this year, the theme was believe. And that is exactly what events will do for you, is they will make you believe so much more in our products and our company and kind of like see the light. When I go to events, I feel like I'm like, like I get it each time and I already get it. So what I wanted to highlight, a lot of people already said a lot of the things I was going to talk about, but I'll just kind of graze over them. About this convention specifically, I went last year also, and I was extremely overwhelmed last year. I loved it last year, but I almost didn't get to really enjoy it because of how overwhelmed I was with it. I was very insecure last year, didn't really have my feet in the right place or my head in the right place. This year, just after like even the first day, I was like, oh my gosh, I get it. Like, wow. And I've already got it, but you know what I mean? It was just such a powerful opening session, and it was just amazing. So what I noticed even more at this convention is the culture, the way it feels like a family. Everyone is so nice. Everyone's so supportive. What somebody was talking about earlier, where it's like, maybe you're nervous to go talk to, Diamonds or Jules in the company. Don't be one, because again, they are just people. But what I love is that after, like, I was able to go to the Ruby Senior Ruby session because I ranked the night before, and like afterwards, Celeste and Sheila Medina, and I think the other girl's name was, I wrote it down, but Tara, I don't know. They stood around and talked and took pictures, and I mean, everyone's just so friendly. So don't be scared of them; they're just people. But I love how they'll just strike up conversations and be so nice. Reiterating what Carrie Wilkerson said about the stop it. She said, if you're telling yourself these negative beliefs, that's what you'll believe. So just stop. Just stop. And I've always had big issues with belief in myself. Still struggle. I'm still working on that. But just hearing those words from her really helped. Probably my number one favorite part of the whole convention, well, besides the friends and the fun, because I'm blue, so I love all that, but is when Les Brown was done talking and Alec and Charles were kind of, say goodbye, you did great, and get him off stage, he actually called Alec and Charles up on the stage, and I recorded this because the second he called them out, I was like, oh, this is going to be good. So I hit record on my phone. If you're someone who hasn't seen it, maybe I can share it on
Will you put it on my team page? Do you mind putting it on my team
page? I shared it on our team page, and I just wanted everyone to see that moment of what Les was saying about our CEO and president, because what he was saying is so true. And if you haven't been to events or you haven't really dug so deep into like who corporate is and what that is all about, then you may not know how amazing they are. I've met both of them numerous times. And I'm not a Jewel. I'm not someone who has been to corporate or been to Hawaii. And every time they're extremely nice and humble, and they're just amazing. What Les said to them and how he had the entire arena basically praise Alec and Taro. And it was just such a touching moment. And then also, I loved how they did Allie's legacy, obviously not a dry eye in the room. Then when Alita got up and did her song, not a dry eye in the room. So there were so many emotions attached to this year's convention, just how touching it was. I love the direction that Plexus is going in, all the things that they gave to us, which you've probably now seen on team pages if you weren't there, but the Lexi app, the new back office, y'all, that's huge for me. I struggle so much with technology, and especially our current, what we had. So I cannot wait for all of that to get easier to share and to use. The cutting edge products, the new products, I mean, my goodness, like it's almost, it really is. I don't use exaggerative words very often because I'm kind of low key, but it is mind blowing. I'm like, these new products and the new Slim and just the direction they're taking with our health is amazing. So we should be extremely proud and excited about that. The studies. And then I just wrote down a couple little quotes. They come from various things. I'm just going to read them one after another that they said that really stuck with me, that had me leave convention with, wow, I needed to hear that. So I figure someone else watching this might need to hear it. Les Brown said, nobody is going to pull my strings but me. That was a big one for me because sometimes I think I put weight into other people when this is my business, it's your business, it's not going to necessarily just fall in your lap, and you get to pull your own strings. So you get to make of this what you want. I loved that. I'm kind of losing track of who said what, but I'll just share this. I don't know if it was Carrie or Les, but move out of the way. I'm going places. Tens of thousands want and need what I have. So when you get those naysayers or the haters or whatever you want to call them, just, tell yourself, I'm moving out of their way. I got stuff to do. I got people to reach. It's not a race. The journey is real. People need to see that. So keep your journey real. The other two, okay. Oh, I liked this. And this was shared at the Ruby Senior Ruby session. And I believe that Celeste specifically said this. Do it scared, whether it be posting, wearing swag, showing up at events, hosting a Zoom call. Do it scared. But did you die? I mean, once you did it, did you die? Are you okay? yes, you're fine. You know, and I'm a scaredy cat type. So I'm going to like put that on a Post-it on my computer. Am I going to die? No. Instead, I'm going to be helping people. And then setbacks set you up for your biggest comebacks, because we do have a lot of setbacks in this business, or we can. So just remember that's going to help you with your biggest comeback. And then the last thing that I kind of highlighted that I liked what someone said, and I can't remember exactly who it was, but it was in the Ruby Senior Ruby chat or session. And she said, whatever your itch is, Plexus can scratch it. I thought that was just comical. And then work when it's appropriate. Find balance. Don't take time away from your family, like some people have said already, and I know that I struggled with that. So my biggest piece of advice, I guess, is let it be your journey. It's okay if it takes you 3 years to get to silver, gold, ruby, whatever it is, that's okay. And try your hardest to get to convention. And if not convention, another event, but convention really is amazing, as scary as it feels, because it is a little scary signing up for a week away, and all the events, and you are busy, and it is a little tiring, but it is totally worth every second and every penny that you're going to spend to get there.
It's amazing. And I want to piggyback that, guys. I know that this week was hard for a lot of people. Just a few that I can name off the top of my head. Alicia McKee, I don't know if she's still on here. She was on here a minute ago. She's a diamond, and her daughter graduated that week, and she had stuff like all week. She came up and went to sessions on Tuesday. That's the only day she could be there, but she was there for Tuesday. I know that Kaylin West, she had to be home for a graduation, so she left on Thursday. I know Tiffany Martin came on Wednesday. So as much as you can get to is amazing. We want you to be there for all of it, but we also know that sometimes, family is first, and so you have to do it, but get there to whatever part that you can be at, because y'all, I'm telling you, it is amazing. And, I think it's really cool. I was looking at my list, checking everybody off, that I did not know, besides Ariele, obviously, did I know a single one of y'all before Plexus. And just the friendship, we've set it for an hour and a half or hour and 15 minutes. The friendships of this journey are truly amazing. And it really is an amazing journey. And no matter how long it takes you to get there, I promise it's so incredibly worth it. It doesn't matter if you're the shyest person on the planet. It doesn't matter if you're the most outgoing person on the planet. It doesn't matter if you are a single mama, or if you have been married for 50 years, or it doesn't matter if you, work, or if you stay home. And, I promise it's worth it. And this team is absolutely 100% amazing. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. And anyways, there's so much more. It's so funny because I was on Alicia's team call last night doing her wrap up with her, and totally different stuff. It's amazing how many people were there and, get different things. So what I want to challenge you to do today is maybe reach out to 3 or 4 people that you know were at convention and ask them what their takeaway was. Just message them and say, hey, I'm so-and-so, we're on the same team. What was your favorite takeaway? Because I think that even in that, we can still learn so much from each other. I love that we had so many different ranks on here from so many different places and so many different phases of life. I love that. And I feel like sometimes, I love watching everybody's journey. I love doing this with y'all. We're just in an amazing time. So thank you all who spoke. I'm so excited that we got to hear from each of you. Thank you all for all who were on. I know it was long, but we needed to get it out there. Get excited. Get the slim today. Make sure it's the picture of the new and not the old. And tell your people, be bold, reach out to everybody, make a list of who you want as customers and ambassadors and put it where you can see it. I'm telling you, it's going to work. This is the time. I feel like it's a whole new, not that we even needed a new beginning, but I feel like we're starting a whole new phase of our business, and the next few months are going to soar. Oh, Leaders Retreat. We haven't talked about that real fast. Get to Leaders Retreat. You can do this. I put different ways of doing it. I don't care if you're brand new. I don't care if you're silver. I don't care if you're diamond. Everybody earns it the exact same way. Everybody can earn this. You don't want it. We've been to Orlando before for Leaders Retreat, and it is so much fun. I'm looking at Jenny right now. If we go, then everybody's got to come listen to Jenny sing at the karaoke place. Just an amazing, amazing, amazing time in Orlando. I know they have lots planned for us. It's just going to be a great time. So do whatever. If you have questions, if you need me to help you figure out how to get there, message me, and I would totally totally help you. So I'm so thankful for each of you. Y'all have a great day, and go sell some Slim today. Bye, y'all.